One thing that's changed about how I watch cartoons is that it's much rarer for me to get engrossed in the sense of childlike wonder and discovery. Whether it be the fault of the shows or a natural part of aging is another topic, but I miss when shows made me curious about the world the characters were in and the world around me as well. A group of kids going on adventures, discovering parts of themselves or their worlds that change the way they look at things. It could be extremely intricate, like a well thought out battle or a character arc, or something as simple as watching a movie late at night with your friends and letting your curiosity run wild.
Look, Judy, this isn't our daughter, it's one of them.
What?
I knew it! I knew it! Trag arcs always have certain key features. The bumpy skin, the gangly frame. It was obvious, really.
Clarence typically does a good job of setting up episodes and plots by grounding them in the reality of being a child. I'm sure a lot of you watching have memories of doing exactly what our three main characters are doing here. Watching a movie, whether it be in the same room or over a phone call, and having conversations on the side about pretty much anything that came to mind. I do also want to quickly mention the mood they chose for the scene and the episode as a whole. With it being nighttime, it naturally invokes this sense of nostalgia for me, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who gets that feeling. That combined with the darkness of all three of their rooms being cut through the bright lights of their TVs, and you have a great atmosphere for a scenario like this. This generic alien movie they're watching, which I'm sure is an E.T. reference despite the fact I've never watched E.T., sets up the main themes and plot points for the rest of the episode. The boys naturally start talking about whether or not they believe in aliens, with Clarence being the most curious and optimistic about it, while Jeff is more realistic, saying that even if they did, they'd probably have no reason to come to Earth. But Sumo, he's got other things on his mind. As the conversation continues, Clarence sees what he thinks is a UFO in the sky, and being the naturally inquisitive kid he is, immediately goes to investigate, probably leaving the door open and letting in all that cold air, which is absolutely disgusting. Jeff and Sumo, alert to this, team up to try and find out where he went. As is the case with most cartoons, they'll all end up at the same place at some point. We learn that the UFO that Clarence saw was actually just a drone that Belson and this other kid were playing with. Small details like this, as simple as having another character doing something random in the neighborhood, were always nice touches to me. It makes the events feel more connected in some sort of way. Like, it could have been any random flying that drone, but it being Belson and him just discarding it, which is so in character for him, just gives that episode a little extra something. Probably something you'll only really appreciate if you watched a lot of this show, though. Anyways, Clarence infiltrates what he thinks is the alien landing site, and it's here where he makes his first encounter with the most horrifying, despicable, and strange species known to man: teenagers. If you've been paying attention, you may have immediately noticed the parallel the episode draws between the alien descending from space in the beginning of the episode to the teen emerging from what was probably a hotbox. The teen in question draws a striking resemblance to the alien from the movie they were watching, which Clarence catches onto and assumes this means that he must be an alien too.
What? Oh, I came from, we call it houses. This is planet Earth. What planet are you from?
Planet Party. Yeah, dude.
It's clear that the episode is trying to make some sort of comparison to the strange nature of an alien, and the strange nature of being somewhere between 13 and 18 years old. And we'll get into how this episode achieves that quite well in my opinion. But for now, let's catch up with what Sumo and Jeff have been up to. Getting back to our other two main characters, they find the same house that Clarence just found out a second ago, where there's a party happening. Obviously, they don't see it as a party, but rather as an alien hive nest, according to Jeff. Notice the fact that all three of them play into three different perspectives on alien life through their actions in the episode. Jeff is the cautious nerd, Clarence is the inquisitive optimist, and Sumo is the skeptic, not really believing or caring if they exist, though his brash nature doesn't stop him from getting involved in the episode.
Possible shapeshifters or potentially body grubbers. We're gonna need some samples to be sure. But what? No, Sumo, don't go.
As Jeff goes deeper and deeper into the party, the more and more he is confused and intrigued by just how different the people in this environment are. There's some really funny gags here, like this guy who just has to be on so many drugs, like so many drugs. As well as Jeff seeing two people making out but not exactly understanding what he's seeing. It makes sense that a kid in this completely foreign environment would try to make explanations in their own head as to what they're seeing. I did it all the time back in the day. I can think of countless examples of things that I saw that I didn't understand that I would try to explain to myself with my own child logic. The alien aesthetic is just how they're explaining it to themselves. A party with a bunch of teenagers doing God knows what would definitely be cause for some theorizing for me. And that's kind of the main theme here, this difference between kids and teens and how alien, pun intended, the behaviors of both can seem to one another. Speaking of alien behaviors though.
Nah, dude, that's not how we do it here. It's like this. Wiggity wiggity zop, make it pop, give it a wiggle and a giggle, chicka 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 chicka, ha, and fairy dust out.
Get back to Clarence and his new friends, sharing their theories and thoughts on the existence of aliens. I should point out how nice the teens in this part of the episode are being to Clarence, whether it be because they're just nice people or too high to call the parents of this child who broke into someone's property is debatable. Either way, it's a nice contrast to how teens are often depicted in cartoons as mean, bossy, and bullies. It's pretty wholesome how welcoming they are to him and his ideas. They do some stargazing, and it's here where we get one of those small moments that Clarence is known for and always seems to nail. I say small because in the grand scheme of the plot it doesn't really do much, but its significance to the emotions that you feel when watching the episode is quite large.
Probably start with the moon aliens, because the moon's the closest. Yeah, I guess my mom will be probably pretty worried anyway.
Man, that's all my mom does.
I guess aliens have moms too. I just thought y'all congealed somewhere or something.
Like I said before, the mood and atmosphere is perfect. Them lying on their backs, looking into space while pondering life's biggest mysteries. You can't go wrong with this. The episode goes through great lengths to show us that Clarence, and to a lesser extent Jeff and Sumo, don't understand but are also curious about alien life. Obviously, alien in this episode is supposed to represent teenagers. The boys, being as young as they are, have never interacted with environments and people like the ones here, so they would obviously view them as alien. In this scene, that barrier between kid and teen almost disappears, just by a small exchange between these two. Something as simple as them both having mothers who worry about them is enough for Clarence, who is still under the impression he's speaking to an actual extraterrestrial, to view him as more relatable and human. Because whether you are a kid or a teenager, there are some things that we can all relate to. Having worrying parents, being nervous about your future, or losing your friends. These troubles transcend age, and this scene gets that point across very well in a very short space of time. I know I'm giving a lot of attention to one scene, but I really want to get across how good the show is in these small moments, because they really do make the episode in most cases. It gets even better when he gathers even more teens around this small fire, where he drops even more of his trademark knowledge. Side note, I do love the detail of all the kids having taken off their shoes just like Clarence did earlier in the episode. Small, but very nice once you notice it.
So, as I was saying, it's just hard to know your place in the universe. From a human to a pigeon to an alien like you. We're all the same, really.
I guess I could end this long section of video by saying that Clarence is the best of us. Be more like Clarence. Not the breaking and entering into people's backyards though, you might get shot. But wait, what have Sumo and Jeff been up to? Well, they've been dealing with their own encounters with alien life.
Are you from Averdale Heights?
Yes.
Do you have a little girlfriend? How tall are you?
Oh.
Is this your house?
No.
Jeff tries to save Sumo from his predicament, which promptly gets him kicked out of the house with a lot more kindness than should have been afforded to him, considering he did just soak someone else's house. He finally manages to contact Clarence again, and after the adventures that both of them have had, we get to hear how both of their perspectives have changed, with Jeff being more curious and intrigued than ever, and Clarence with some new knowledge about so-called alien life.
Sumo will forever be remembered for his sacrifice.
Oh yeah, I bet Sumo's making so many alien friends right now.
So, this is your place. Very cool.
So, do you like surfing?
What?
Never mind.
After this day, I think it's fair to say that Sumo will be a different man. Either that, or this is just going to be one of those memories that randomly hits him 10 years later and makes him smile. This episode is great. It has some really strong interactions, some of the best I've seen in the show, and the mood it created is just so comfy and nostalgic that it's become a personal favorite of mine whenever I revisit the series. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Thank you for watching. Have a good day, and take care.